Yo, and hello and welcome to the 175th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in truly stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:40 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, this show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Poppin' Bass. You know, that new pop, the new pop filters, they're just windscreens.
I thought you were talking about my dance moves, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, these are pretty sick, dude. I like this a lot.
Yeah, it gets the pop filter out of our face, but technically it's supposed to do the same thing as the pop filter. But we'll see. Well, you know, sorry if the audio just sounds horrible this episode, since we're testing out a new, little technique here. Hopefully it works out and there's not like a bunch of like wind. They're called wind screens, so I imagine they're supposed to stop the wind.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a lot better than if we didn't have the wind screens, that's for sure. You know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wow, this champagne bang tastes exactly like cough syrup.
Ugh. That's the worst. You know, I've been on a run of good bangs lately. I feel like 50% of the bangs I get are just like almost undrinkably bad, and then 50% are like crispy.
I would say
perfect.
80% are undrinkably bad. Like
and yet I buy a bang every day.
Well, because
force myself to drink the bad ones.
Because the 20% that are good make up for the 80% that are bad.
It's
like
so
they're
true.
That good. Like I love Star Blast. I love the
you told me when I first started drinking bangs, you're like, one day you'll like the Star Blast, and I was like, man, whatever. And now it's like my favorite flavor.
That's all you drink.
Yeah, no, you're right. I drink a lot of Star Blast now.
Star Blast is good. The green one, the Sour Head, is all right.
Yeah, it's okay. It was my favorite flavor at first, but I've kind of like, I feel like my palate has matured. You know what I mean?
Matured, like bang maturity.
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite one now is the Skedaddle.
Oh, the Radical Skedaddle.
Oh my god,
that's a new one, right?
Dude. Yeah, have you tried it?
Yeah, it tastes just like a melted down thing of Skittles.
It tastes kind of like Sweet Tarts.
It's almost a little too sweet for me. I like it, but if you get a good one, like I said, like,
GTFO, bro, it's the best.
I don't know. You're gonna like. I can't judge you because my favorite one is the candy apple one right now, which is
that's not even Bang. You're talking about Rain.
No,
right?
no, Bang's got a candy apple one now.
When did that come out?
I don't know, but it's banging. I've been drinking it for the past few months. It's really good.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
The first time you drink it, it's like, okay, this is a little too sweet, but then like you buy another one for some reason, and then like suddenly it's just like your favorite Bang. I can't put my finger on it.
I'm down with that. I hope it does become my favorite Bang. But yeah, I'm gonna try that. Anyways, what have you been doing this week, Brent?
Oh man, a lot of stuff. Been watching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, dude.
Has he become the last Airbender yet?
He was, yeah. He was the last Airbender since like the first episode.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. No, have you finished the show?
No. I'm like at the beginning of the third season. So the first season was pretty good, and the second season I feel like was really good. Like I feel like they turned it up in the second season. You know, the story arcs got more interesting. You know, I'm hoping
a little more dangerous.
Yeah, I'm hoping the third season stays dangerous, keeps with the danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so too, because you're the one that's going to have to sell me on this show. I refuse to watch it till you finish it and then tell me whether I should watch it or not.
I mean, it's pretty good so far.
Nope, don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it till you finish it.
It's not like the best thing I've ever seen. I'll tell you when I finish it.
Yeah, give me the full deets. You know, like I don't want this half scene show. You know, I gotta hear it from you whether it's the best show ever.
I definitely think there's things about it you would like. You know what I mean? Like there's characters you would like. I don't know.
Like bald people.
Yeah.
I love bald people.
You'd like the animals in the show. There's like a big flying bison that he like travels with. That's pretty sick.
What's his name?
Appa. He like licks everybody in the face. He's like
Oh, okay.
10 tons. He's huge.
Like a big doog.
Yeah.
A
Like
doog.
a big dude.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you been doing?
So like, okay, I ordered this cable from Amazon. I got it in the mail a few days ago. It's like a 15-foot long cable. So now when I'm playing VR, I can like hook up and go a lot further away from my computer than I was doing. You know what I mean?
Is that a necessary thing? Like, were you
Yeah,
just too
yeah.
close to your computer,
Well,
or
the
what?
problem is, it's not necessarily that I was too close to my computer. It's just that like, you want the cord to have enough slack so you can like turn around and stuff without getting like tied up in the cord. You know what I mean?
Like do curtsy and stuff. You know what I'm
What?
saying? It's important when you're in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
able to curtsy.
Yeah,
you know, like
definitely.
especially
Something like
if
that,
you're in like the kingdom and you know like the king comes up and you're like, oh, yeah.
You lost me.
I have no idea how VR works. Just kidding.
What is VR?
Yeah.
No, but then I also, cause like, okay, so where I'm at, my router is downstairs. You know,
Yeah,
I'm upstairs. I don't have very good signal, so I bought this thing for $30 on Amazon, and you like plug it into your outlet, and it takes the Wi-Fi
and
signal
shoots it at you.
and repeats it in like a different part of your house, so it like extends the Wi-Fi signal.
You gotta be
pretty
careful,
sweet.
dude. That's like some 5G shit right there.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get the COVIDs, bro.
Dude, they're gonna fucking the FBI's in your room now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I went and did this like so my brother-in-law is a police officer.
Okay.
No offense. No offense. Yeah. But so they needed but no offense. But yeah, he's also a SWAT. Like he's like the captain of the SWAT team. So like no offense.
Damn.
But I gotta say no offense.
No offense though.
Some Rodney Dangerfield. No, but like but yeah, so basically anyways, they needed somebody to shoot. Not like
Where
no
are you going
offense.
with this story?
No, okay,
No
so
offense.
the SWAT training. Okay, so like they need it. So like they do SWAT training like in this building, and they use what are they called, simunition rounds?
Oh, dude, I've
and
always
stuff.
wanted to do this. Like in that movie SWAT, where they're like going through the airplane and they're shooting like paintballs at each other with the guns, but they're like
Exactly.
realistic.
But they're actual 9mm like handguns that shoot these rounds at you, and like the rounds are like just as I think the velocity is the same or something, but like they're paint tipped and like they won't like kill you.
God,
So-
I hope not.
No,
Fuck.
they're pretty intense.
that
Luckily,
sounds hardcore, dude.
well, we only got to run 2 scenarios. I was obviously I'm the bad guy, so like they put up like
Wait, you got to be the bad guy?
yeah. So like
You were the bad guy in this situation?
I was the bad guy.
Oh,
yeah.
did you get a gun and stuff?
Yeah, I got a 9mm.
Did you
and,
get to
like,
shoot it at the people?
I did,
Oh,
but I
what
didn't hit.
fun.
I didn't hit anybody because check this out. This is how it worked. All right.
Okay.
First off, I haven't ever been in a situation like that where so they
Yeah,
were
no
using
offense, yeah.
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I've never been in a situation where yo, what's up, Super Beaner? But
Hey.
but so basically what they needed me to do was they set up all these paper targets. Like, so my brother-in-law and the other guy who like run the SWAT training went around and put these targets throughout the building, and the SWAT officers didn't get to see where all the targets were. And then they put me at the top of this staircase. It's pitch black. It's like in this church. And it's like pitch black. They're using night vision, goggles or whatever to come through, and I have nothing. I have like a paintball mask on my face, and I'm holding this gun, and I'm at the top of these stairs. They don't know I'm at the top of the stairs. My goal is that whenever they come up the stairs, I have to fire off like 2 shots at them, and then either get shot or put my gun down after 2 shots, and then they come and they do all the stuff. But they don't know I'm going to be up there, and I know they're coming, but I can't see. Like, I literally cannot see.
That's honestly terrifying.
It was
dude.
absolutely terrifying because they're using like the AR-15s or whatever type of rifle they have. I don't even know what kind of rifle it was, but with this like adapter that puts simunition rounds in it.
God.
So it's not even like a simunition gun. Like mine was like a fake 9mm with like, it's like blue, you know. So like it's like it's fake as shit, but it feels real. It's made to feel real. And so but they're coming up with these actual rifles with like flashlights on them and like lasers and stuff. And so I'm just chilling at the top of the staircase, and I got my paintball mask on, which is all fogged up. I can't see. I can barely hear. And like all I hear is like, and like I hear one shot go off. So I'm like, okay, they just hit that paper target in the staircase, and I'm waiting. And I'm like, why aren't they here yet? Why aren't they here? Like, you know, because like I'm gonna start firing as soon as I see them, but I can't see. I literally can't see anything. And I hear like mumbling, and I'm like, okay, they must be there. All right, I'm just gonna shoot. And you know, like it's so like I just like put the gun out and I shoot. And like as soon as I do, like something hits like the gun, like what it was a ricochet from my, like I guess like the little thing, the canister popped out and hit the wall and hit my hand. So I thought they shot me.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh okay. So I like put my gun down and like so
your own shell hit you and you like
because I didn't know it popped a shell out, you know. And so like 20 seconds later is what it felt like. They come around and I'm just standing there and and like they're like okay, like get that on the ground, you know. And so like they do the whole thing. But then the next time, so
you got to do it again?
I got to do it again,
okay,
but
cool.
this time
Redemption.
They put me in like a situation where the cops were coming down this like hallway, and they had another bad guy this time. It wasn't just me, and he's at the end of the hallway, and we're gonna kind of like triangle, like cross him with shots. And so like my brother-in-law is like, all right, just lean around this door. He's like, so you won't get hit by the gun, by the bullets or whatever, but fire off as many shots as you can, you know. And so like I'm just leaning around this door, and like they come down the thing, and the guy that's at the straight end starts shooting down, so they're focusing on him, and I just pop out and I just start firing off like 5 rounds, and then I'm just like fuck, and then like you know, because they instantly just like didn't hit any of them because I'm shooting with my left hand, like hanging out a doorway, you know, like literally hanging onto the door. But man, so I'm probably gonna do it again on the 29th, but this time I fully intend on getting shot. So like,
fun, dude.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid for this?
No, I'm just helping them out because they didn't have anybody to shoot.
So,
yeah, and it's not their goal isn't to shoot people. Their goal is to like
try to not shoot.
And like, you know, unless the target is shooting back, you know, in that situation. So like in the first one, they just came up. I wasn't shooting. My gun was down, so they were just like, all right, get down, you know. And like so then they do like the little thing, you know, over on your wrist.
Oh, the little zip
ties.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that they're going to be doing in this next one. But in the next one, he said we're going to do like an all-out like situation where like there's going to be like a hostage and all this stuff.
Dude.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, dude. So I'm excited for that.
I want to be the like the crazy guy. Like
everybody get the
I need pizzas and a helicopter.
We can get the helicopter, but we have no way to get you pizza.
They're like, we didn't tell him to do any of this. Like,
what? Well, hold on 1 second. So, Super Beaner said something in chat. He says, "Show us the shirt, Brent. Where'd you get it from?
What? Oh, the greased shirt."
Video slot. What is it?
This is my mom got this in a slot machine tournament. She brought it home.
Nice.
Well, my mom always goes through these slot machine tournaments and comes home with like 500 shirts and like flags and like squishy stress balls and shit like that.
How do you have
when fidget spinners were in? We were getting the fucking hella fidget spinners from that.
How do you do a slot machine tournament? Like it's all luck.
I'll tell you, it is all luck, and the slot machine tournament is all luck too.
Oh, okay.
But you go to these like, well, there is like a little bit of like skill, but it's like very, very minimal. Like you sit there and you know, they get like 8 people, right? And they sit like in rows of 4 and like back to back, and like everybody plays the slots at the same time for like 3 minutes, and like these little dudes will pop up all over the screen, and it's like a touch screen. So really the skill part is just you trying to hit all the little dudes.
So it's like whack-a-mole?
It's like whack-a-mole pretty much. And like whoever wins, it's totally random, skill based, luck based. You know what I mean? But then like the winner goes on to like a semifinal, and then it's like a tournament, and then it goes.
Nice.
So
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Yeah. Well, did you do anything else this week, Brent?
No. We should probably get into the news.
Yeah, let's get to the video game news. Not that there was much, but or not that much interesting news, I would say.
Yeah.
But we did get a mini direct from Nintendo, which I'll go ahead and just read off.
A lot of people are hyped about this.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Like who?
Like, I'm in a group with a bunch of like JRPG fans. The Shin
Megami Tensei.
Yeah, that shit's a big deal. Like a really big deal.
So this Nintendo Direct wasn't like it was literally a mini direct. So and it showed off like partner stuff. So they kicked it off with new content for Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necro Dancer. So
I know a lot of people like this too.
Yeah. So the Zelda rhythm game will be getting 3 DLC packs, the first of which brings new characters Impa, Area, Shadow Link, Shadow Zelda, and Frederick. It is available today.
Who the fuck is Frederick?
I don't know. I really don't. DLC pack 2 is all about melodies. It'll introduce 39
and James
and Timothy.
We got Zelda, Sheik, Goro, and Rob.
And Ronald. So 39 new songs to the game will come in DLC pack 2, some of which are remixes of prior tunes. And then
the fire and the flames we carry.
Yeah, it does. And then what was it? It says DLC packs 2 and 3 will release before November, the final DLC for Cadence of Hyrule is entitled Symphony of the Mask and is new story content that has players rhythmically controlling Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. It'll release before November, and a bundle of the base game with its additional content will drop on October 23rd. Then we got Rogue Company, which is a game revealed in a Nintendo Direct last September. It's an online multiplayer third-person shooter by Hi-Rez Studios. It will feature tactical 4v4 game modes, and there will be more info coming later today. So there probably is more already.
It looked kind of fun. The little snippet they showed, I mean, looked like just a normal kind of shooter. 4v4. They're like hanging around, scooting around, shooting around.
The boot scooting boogie. Yeah. And finally, a fun gameplay trailer featuring some of wrestling's biggest games. Or biggest names debuted for WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which is coming to Switch and other platforms on September 18th. But they also showed what Brent was talking about, the Shin Megami Tensei 5, which it's a game that's been in development for quite a few years, and it will be coming in 2021. It's an RPG set in a modern-day demon-infested Tokyo, and it will feature gameplay that is a hybrid between Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Speaking of which, before 5's announcement, a trailer for Nocturne's HD remaster was shown with the 2021 release date.
Yeah, so apparently the Shin Megami Tensei games are like basically just like Persona without the high school and fucking like, social links and stuff. It's more focused on the RPG combat aspects of it.
Well, hold on, I gotta prepare to say it. Alonzi Jonesy is how I imagine you say that, Aaron, but I could be wrong. But he says just put Persona 5 on Switch.
I agree. I agree. We got Catherine full body on Switch. We got Shin Megami Tensei. But I think, it's not out of the question. You know what I mean? Especially since this is what Atlas has probably been focusing on hardcore is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Because they announced a Shin Megami Tensei exclusive for Switch in like 2017 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's been a long time since they said they were going to do this, and now it's finally happening. So maybe this will free up some time on their hands or something, and they can actually work on a Persona 5 for Switch port. I will be surprised if before the Switch, like the life of the Switch is over, if we don't get a Persona 5 port.
I don't think we will. I don't think
I think we
Persona
will.
5 or I don't think Persona like the main series will go to anything except for PlayStation. I think PlayStation wants that as like an exclusive. That's why we got
Persona
like
4 just came to PC like recently.
yeah, but they're also doing a lot of PC ports for Sony exclusives. Like they're doing Death Stranding. They did what was the other one? Horizon Zero Dawn. Like that's a PC port thing. Like I don't think that's.
Do you think that's to compete with Microsoft, who's going to be putting like all of their exclusives on PC pretty soon?
Probably so, is what I assume. You know, like it's just money to be made. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not put it on there, especially after time? But I really don't think that Sony will put Persona on anything but on their console, you know, because they've done like Persona games for the Switch and for the 3DS and stuff, or for the DS, but it's never been an actual main series game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't think they will. I mean, if they do, awesome. I want it to happen. I just don't think it will.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I think it will happen, actually. I think 5 will at least. You know what I mean? I don't think... maybe 4 and 5 will get announced at the same time. I don't know. I think it'll happen, though, at least for Switch.
We shall see. All right, you read that off. I'm going to mess with the camera for a second.
Okay. Let's see. So Overcooked and its sequel, Overcooked 2, are getting smashed into one on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Overcooked All You Can Eat includes new stages, cross-platform multiplayer, and new accessibility options, along with some revised visuals. According to the announcement from Team 17, All You Can Eat has more than 200 levels, including 7 new levels and 3 new chefs, and it will run at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution, with faster load times and new trophies and achievements to earn. Plus, you'll be able to you'll be able to play cross-platform, which will be the first time the original Overcooked content gets online multiplayer.
4K Overcooked, dude?
Yeah, like the 60 frames per second is going to make a huge difference in fucking Overcooked. It's still going to be tight, don't get me wrong. I'll fuck with some new Overcooked.
That's some Twitch gameplay right there, bro. You don't fuck with me. I'll catch your lettuce in the air, bro. Like, I'm all about it.
I like that.
Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says, it appears there could be some changes in the works for Microsoft's Xbox Live Gold program, as the company has discontinued year-long subscription plans. As of now, only monthly and 3-month Xbox Live Gold subscriptions are available from Microsoft's website, and this change was not accidental. As confirmed by Microsoft to True Achievements, the company has officially delisted the 12-month Xbox Live Gold plan. These were available for $60, while month-long plans are $10 and 3-month plans are $25. Because of this, it will apparently cost about $100 to get a year of Xbox Live Gold now, which is slightly less than a Game Pass Ultimate subscription that bundles a year of Xbox Live Gold with a year of Xbox Game Pass. Also, Microsoft has announced that in the lead up to the Xbox Series X, the company will cease production on the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. The standard Xbox One S will still be manufactured and available for purchase. In a statement to IGN, Microsoft spokesperson confirmed, quote, as we ramp into the future with Xbox Series X, we're taking the natural step of stopping production on Xbox One X and Xbox One S All Digital Edition, end quote. So they're making moves for the next gen pretty quickly, it seems.
What do you think this Xbox Live thing is about? Because, okay, let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, if it's anything like the transition from last gen, your Xbox Live account will transition with your console. You know, you'll just be able to beep, boop, barp, and then you'll just be, you know, your thing on the new gen. You know what I mean? So, are we getting rid of Xbox Live? You know what I mean?
I think we probably will get rid of it as its own thing. I have a feeling that you'll just have to buy Ultimate, you know, like
or maybe they'll just say, "Hey, you know, we're going to make Ultimate so much better. We're going to make it a little more expensive." I don't know, but that'll be the only thing we charge you for.
But I don't understand why they're getting rid of like year-long subscriptions but still allowing 3-month-long.
Maybe they're gonna move to a model where they like let you play online for free, because like you can already go on Game Pass and play the PC online games without, you know what I mean, like
I don't know. See, I have a problem with free online the last time online was free was the PS3, and the online infrastructure for the PS3 was horrible. And it's because they didn't have money going towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel
True.
like you still need that.
But we are also in a different day and age. I mean, PC games are all free to play online, and they all play just fine.
Well,
you know what I
you're
mean?
paying for your internet service provider,
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, you're paying for internet service provider even if you're on Xbox.
True.
Now you're just paying for internet service provider and Xbox.
But you're
Live Gold.
also, I mean, like, you have to imagine, like, the online servers for those games are like what? Like, how does that work on PC? What's different between the PC online thing is that it's like just in the game. I feel like you're paying for a whole different service whenever you're on console.
But are you though? Because like, I'm playing games with my friends that are playing on console. You know what I mean? And
That's
I'm not
true.
paying shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I don't know then. I really
don't
don't
make
know.
sense to me. And I don't
Why
know.
did PS3 just suck so bad then? Like, for their online infrastructure? That's my question.
I think it was a different time back then where, like, it was harder to do. Like, you had to have servers set up in different ways. I don't really know, but I know that you're right. It was fucking whack back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and then they started charging on PS4. Obviously they needed to. So there's got to be some reason to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just don't. I don't want to assume it's going to be free because that sounds too awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes up on that.
I'll still buy it if it's not, but
Yeah,
it would be cool. Okay, so I got two here. They're both kind of small. Did you see the article about the kid who spent $20,000 of his parents' money on Fortnite streamers?
What happened? Sorry. So alone. Hold on. It's Aaron Jones. he said Sony breach during the PS3 era. Sony breach. That was like a big problem back in the Sony days. But was that because they weren't having people pay for it? They just couldn't afford the security or something? Like, is my question. But anyway,
I don't know. I've realized that I'm from like a different era. Like, I feel like technology's come so far since the last time I paid attention to it. Like, when I bought a computer, my biggest worry was like I was gonna boot it up and just get a shitload of viruses from going online or something. And like, nowadays, fucking Windows Defender fucking works really good. Like, that shit fucking, in my opinion, I haven't had any kind of problem with viruses or anything like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was gonna be a way bigger problem than it actually is now. You know what I mean?
I always like, as soon as I get a new computer to test it, I just go to the dark web and just start opening links. Like, that's how I
ordering everything
Yeah,
you can off of Wayfair. Like,
just any link that's sent to me from like a bot on the internet, I just click on it just to test it out. You see how good my antivirus is. And so I've been fine so far. No, I'm just anyways, what do you got?
so okay, but did you hear about the kid who spent $20,000 on Fortnite streamers?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I guess like throwing money at them or what?
yeah. So like, okay, I didn't write the whole article down, so I don't have like names or anything. But this kid, basically, his parents gave him a debit card. This was the mistake. Don't give your kids debit cards, okay? And just not pay attention to them afterwards.
How do you have $20,000 in your bank account?
That's what I'm. Well, okay.
That's what I want to know.
Apparently, she had like a savings or whatever, but like.
So she gave him a debit card to the savings account?
Yeah.
How does that even work?
I don't know. This lady was dumb as shit. She trusted her kid way too much, and like she gives him this kid the debit card so he can buy pencils or something, and like he went online and donated like $20,000 of her, like $19,800 to be exact, of his parents' money to like different various Twitch streamers, and now his mom can't get any of the money back because in order to get the money back, she'd have to file charges against her son or some shit like that, and she won't do it.
What a dumbass. I'd be filing charges against my son. I'd be like, bro, that was
That's what I'm
literally
saying, dude.
your
Fuck that,
college,
bro.
like 20 grand, bro?
20 grand. How do you even spend that much? Like, how do you, like, can you imagine the Twitch streamer that like was sitting there and like he starts giving him like fucking
Yeah,
hundreds of
he's
dollars.
Like, damn, bro. He's like,
apparently the mom has contacted the actual streamers and shit too, and nobody's getting back to her. It's like,
well, yeah, I wouldn't either. I'd be like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Like your kid came on here. Why did you hand your kid a debit card with $20,000 in the bank?
This has got to be a lesson for her. Like what are you thinking? Like, you know?
No, that's funny. That's funny. that kid would get his ass beat. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't condone child, abuse, but like his literal butt would be destroyed. Like, I would just beat his ass.
I would just have to get a new kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd
take
throw
him
the
back.
whole kid away.
You
take him
back.
to the pound.
Yeah,
you know?
or he would
take him to the kill shelter.
He would. Okay. He would learn how to. He would learn a trade pretty quickly because he'd be getting me my $20,000 back.
Because he'd be living under a bridge. Oh, jeez.
Anyways, so that's pretty interesting and upsetting.
Yeah. Oh, and my other short news that I've got for you here is you remember that Bug Snacks game?
Yeah, Bug Snacks.
They put out a song and it's got a vinyl record now, and it's like
yeah, that's a song from the trailer, but they put out
the
full.
It's like 3 minutes, dude. It's fire.
3 minutes.
You gotta check out the Bug Snack song, dude. It hits. It slaps, bro. You'll be playing it through your speakers in your car.
Dude, that game
shaking the windows.
Looks like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too.
Dude,
like the movie.
All I know is that the Bug Snack song has been stuck in my head for days now, and I can't.
I'm ready for it.
I can't do anything.
I'm ready to figure out more about this game because none of it makes sense. Anyways, Stephen T. Wright at GameSpot says Sea of Thieves launch wasn't the smoothest back in March 2018, but it's since managed to lure in many players with its high seas hijinks. According to a recent blog post, the pirating adventure has notched over 15 million players in over 2 years, and June 2020 was its biggest month ever, with more than 3.3 million players walking the plank. Thank you. The game has also sold more than 1 million copies on Steam. In a previous blog post back in January celebrating 10 million players, an executive producer at Rare called Sea of Thieves Microsoft's most successful new IP of the Xbox One generation.
That is sad.
That is really sad. That's not much.
That's like saying more about how shitty Microsoft did this generation than anything. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for next gen. I can't wait for the topic of today's show. Anyways, but yeah, that's news apparently that a game sold just about as much as any other game sold.
We had one that did well. Kinda.
Damn.
Man, okay. So this is kind of interesting, and I don't know why it's interesting, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. Wales Interactive, the publisher behind FMV games like The Complex and Late Shift. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The like movie games where you like pick what's going on.
Oh, I thought it was like you look at like a security camera footage or whatever. Like,
like Late Shift, for example, is like a straight up movie where you just like pick the option. Like it'll give you like different branching paths throughout the movie. Yeah. And you like pick what he does.
Because FMV means full motion video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how this next game is going to be. It'll probably be a little more like you were just saying. But it said they've announced their new FMV title called Gamer Girl, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. The game, which is coming to PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One in September, lets you play as a popular streamer's chat moderator and personal contact. The game is being developed by FMV Future, and it'll be up to you to handle the chat log and maintain personal contact with streamer AbbyCake99. You'll make decisions about her about posts in the chat, respond to DMs for her, and work to help Abby succeed. She can fire you if you mess up. Interestingly, the game is also being positioned as the first improvised FMV game, with the press release drawing comparisons to found footage movies like The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. Part of the game will involve protecting Abby from a predator and following her as she takes her streaming into dangerous real-world scenarios. So the way this is kind of presented in the trailer, which is weirdly like controversial and has been taken down off of YouTube like several times, but like the way it's presented in the trailer is like you act as her like chat moderator or whatever, and like there's some weirdo trying to like killer or whatever, you know, and you're like trying to like keep him from, I don't know. It seems interesting, but like it's causing a whole lot of controversy. I don't know.
It sounds like they should change the name of the game
From Gamer Girl. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
To
probably.
like Simp Fest or something. You know what I'm saying? No, but like yeah.
I mean, at first glance, it looks like some kind of like, you know, cringy, like, you know,
I mean, it's
porn game or something. But then, like, if
but
you
then
look
murder
a little
happens.
deeper, yeah, the murder happens, and it kind of like, okay.
Aaron says we need GameSpeak podcast bathwater. And
Hey,
I agree.
I agree as well.
This would be a fun game to stream. It'd probably
That's
be
what I'm
quite
saying.
controversial just
We
because.
should do it.
Or they could call it Simp. Why? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anything with the word simp in
Yeah.
it. We got to think of a good simp name. But but yeah, it sounds like that, and
Yeah.
I can understand why it got some heat. But Dying Light's Hell Raid DLC has been delayed to August, only 3 days before it was supposed to release. The DLC, based off an unreleased Techland game, has been bumped from July 23rd to August 13th for PC and August 14th for consoles. In a tweet, developer Techland announced the new release date, saying it wanted to implement suggestions from its recent beta. Hellraid has had a tumultuous development, with the original Hellraid game being previously announced to release in 2013 for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC before being bumped to 2014 for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The game was officially put on hold in January 2015, later to be folded into DLC for Techland's Dying Light. Dying Light Hellraid sees players transported inside an arcade cabinet where they must battle demons using axes, hammers, and swords. The DLC features the base game's first-person melee combat and can be played in 4-person co-op. So Dying Light 2 even got delayed. You know, I feel like there's just something's going on over at Techland.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and it's not good, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like these zombie games are kind of cursed, man. Like fucking, you know, Dead Rising is put on the back burner. Fucking.
I don't think they're cursed. I think people are just done with zombies at this point.
Man, but there's some of those games that were like a big deal. You know, like Dead Island 2. You know what I mean? That was a big deal. You know, and it just never happened. Nothing ever happened with it. Now they talk about it every now and then. They're like, "Oh, we're still gonna do it," you know. But
I don't think Dead Island was a big deal. I think
it had a big following for like whenever they first started talking about Dead Island 2, people were hyped. You know what I mean? Like,
but the first one wasn't even that good.
No, but the second one looked pretty damn good. You know what I mean? And I think people could like saw the potential. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It had a lot of people excited that are, you know, bummed out.
Yeah,
including me.
Oh, okay.
Even though I didn't like the first one very much. And I didn't even like the fucking DLC for the first one. You know, like they did the Riptide or whatever. That was trash, too.
I like how you played the DLC for a game you didn't like.
Well, it was on Game Pass.
Look, man, don't judge me.
I was trying to see if maybe they made it better. I really liked the idea of Dead Island. I just couldn't get into it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The island just wasn't dead enough, you know?
Hold on, Aaron in the chat says Simpsons Hit and Run. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh.
All right. Okay, what do we got, Brent?
Okay, so we talked about Dr. Disrespect getting banned from Twitch or whatever, and he had an interview with PC Gamer where he reservedly answered questions surrounding reasons for his ban amid potential legal action in the future. Beham doesn't share why he was banned and refused to provide a guess. So I feel like he does know, you know.
He absolutely knows. There's no way he doesn't know.
That's some bullshit, you know what I mean? But like he's going on and he's denying that he knows anything. He's like, I don't know why they're banning me, but I'm not going back to Twitch. Sorry, I'm kind of like cutting this all short. You know?
I think what that does is it takes any of the blame off of him. You know, if he claims he doesn't know, it looks like he's the victim.
Yeah.
You know, and then whenever it comes out that he's a serial rapist or whatever, then he can be like, "Oops,
my bad."
Twitch is lying."
Yeah.
You know, just like they lied about everything else. No, but,
yeah, I don't trust him.
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
But Dead by Daylight is getting a big update for the console version soon, and it will add cross-play and progression to the game, as well as letting you access your full list of friends who are playing the game across different systems. So there you go.
Dope.
Dead by Daylight.
So is that a zombie game?
No, that's the one that's like Friday the 13th.
Oh God, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, I did say Dying Light and then Daylight. You know,
I'm just over here getting confused. I got hype. I was like, "There's a zombie game. They haven't forgotten."
No, the zombies are gone, dude.
No, that sucks.
You just have to accept.
Is it crossplay with the mobile, like on the phone?
I guess.
I know they released a phone version of it pretty recently.
I think so. I think it's across all versions.
That's pretty sick, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The Worms series is turning 25 years old, and to celebrate, one of the most well-liked entries in the series is getting a new major update. Worms Armageddon Update 3.8 is a fan-made update made official by Team 17, and it adds a bunch of new features. In total, the update includes 370 fixes, 45 changes, and 61 new features. You can read the change log on GameSpot, where I got the article from, because
Team 17 made it official and accepted the free slave labor.
Right.
They're like, oh, sweet, guys. We'll compensate you. Not at all. No.
I feel like that's just a testament to how much people love the Worms game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares. They're all just happy to have their shit included. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah. I would sign something being like, yeah, you don't have to repay me for this. Like,
yeah, totally. Just, like, contribute would be exciting.
Have your name in the credits or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So we got some more random news here that's not like a big deal, but it's, I mean, maybe to somebody. But Tyler Treese at GameSpot says, ever since Mario Kart Tour released on phones last year, it has only been playable vertically in portrait mode. Nintendo announced today on its mobile YouTube channel that landscape support is coming in a future update.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's getting crazy in here. This will give players a wider and more familiar view akin to past Mario Kart titles and addresses a common gripe that some players had. The horizontal view will arrive via a free update for both the Android and iOS versions of the arcade racer on July 21st, 2020. You'll be able to choose between the two views, and there is also a new control scheme to use for the landscape view called left-right controls. When enabled, it will allow players to steer their cart with the left side of the screen while using the right side to use items.
You know, I didn't mind the vertical so much, you know? I feel like I could see the road pretty good, you know? That was not my big problem with that game.
Yeah,
you know
it's more so the game.
Yeah, the game itself was the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I heard they put multiplayer in, so it might be worth going back to check it out.
Yeah. Also, I know our boy across the pond, Jason Domican, really likes that game, so that's why I included it. I figured he would at least be like, yeah, cool.
I'm going to have to get back on it at some point. Okay, let's see. Metacritic will now delay user reviews for games for 36 hours after release, the company announced. This comes a few weeks after the release of The Last of Us Part 2, which was review bombed on Metacritic. We recently implemented the 36-hour waiting period for all user reviews in our game section to ensure our games have had time, to ensure our gamers have time to play these games before writing their reviews. A Metacritic spokesperson said. The new waiting period for user reviews has been rolled out across Metacritic's game section and was based on data-driven research and with the input of critics and industry experts. So I think that's a good idea. I don't think it's going to stop people from fucking being dickheads, but
no,
I think
it's kind of like that law, like about, you know, you have to, there's like a waiting period for getting a gun, you know, so it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you can leave a review, but we're going to give you a little waiting period to kind of cool off.
Think about it,
So you don't go
really
in and
care that much, like
mass review something, you know, we don't want any of that happening. But so Stephen T. Wright at GameSpot says streaming is much bigger than just video games, as platforms like Twitch continue to remind us. Today, the streaming platform announced that it signed an exclusive deal with Logic, a writer and rapper who has released 5 studio albums, including his proclaimed 2014 debut, Under Pressure. The press release calls the Logic Twitch's first official music partner, which seems like an odd title, especially since the Grammy-nominated rapper recently announced his retirement from music, claiming that his upcoming 6th album, No Pressure, will be his last debut to the recent birth of his child. According to an interview with The Verge, the deal was worth 7 figures, and Logic has been an active Twitch user since 2015 or 2016. Logic will premiere songs from No Pressure at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET on Tuesday, July 21st, ahead of the album's release on July 24th. As part of this partnership, Logic will stream weekly on his Twitch channel, and which will include in-studio sessions, AMAs, and, of course, video games. So if you want to watch...
Somebody go, yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Just all the time.
I just don't understand.
I can't stand Logic.
Me
like,
either.
I don't know.
There's something about Logic that he's just not... I don't know.
My problem with Logic is, like, his first album was like, all right, that was pretty good.
That was lit.
That was pretty good. And then he put out another album. It was, like, the exact same album with, like, a different... It's like, okay. And then it's just from that point on, like, every song just sounds... the same song over and over again. He's like, okay, this worked for me, and I'm just going to make the same song 100,000 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something about, like whenever I first heard Logic, like, I didn't know who he was. I just heard people talk about him, and, like, hearing him, like, I think the first song I actually heard from him on the radio was that I just want to die. Like, and I was like, okay, what is this, like emo music, like emo rap music? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was thinking like Broken Side, like, I was like, this is just some like white dude like crying on the track. And then I went and looked it up, and he's not technically a white dude, but he is crying on the track. And I was like, I'm just not into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he took emo music and made it into rap. And people are like, yeah, this is new. I'm like, it's not, though. It's like the same shit.
That's not even my problem. It's like, you can be emo, you can be country, you can do whatever you want. Just don't be repetitive. Like, please, like, just change. Like, just be different. Like, I don't know. It's like the same thing over and over again.
I still don't even like, even though I know what he looks like, I still have this image of this guy with long hair and, like, a beanie on and, like, just, like, you know, like eyeliner and just crying.
What if Logic is listening to this right now? Just like,
I mean, he might. Really, he's on Twitch
upset,
now. No, I'm just kidding.
You know? I feel kind of bad, honestly. I'd be like, damn, my bad, Logic.
I wouldn't feel bad. But no offense.
But
my thing about this, like him, you know, and Twitch signing artists to, you know, Twitch is pretty interesting because it gives me that feeling. Do you remember like AOL sessions that used to be on like YouTube and Yahoo Music and stuff like that? Yeah. Or Yahoo Video? So like I feel like this is going to be the next generation of that, where you'll have like artists come on and do like
Twitch?
In session or you know, in studio sessions and things like that on Twitch. And and then we'll get more stuff like that, like behind the scenes, like live
that'd be tight.
Acoustic
versions. People are doing a lot of that in VR right now. Like a lot of like indie artists are doing like VR concerts and shit. Like where you go to this like little VR venue and they like sit there and play
that's
a
pretty
song
cool.
live. It's pretty cool.
A little too much setup for me. I don't want to have to put a helmet on, but like, you know, that's what I'm saying.
It's not that hard. You just
yeah, but you gotta have the helmet. You gotta have VR.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This opens it up to the masses. But anyways, what you got?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to die.
Okay, so the PC... Okay. Sorry, I have to include this because I thought it was ridiculous. But the PC version of Microsoft Flight Simulator is releasing on August 18th. And European players will have the option of picking up a physical copy of the ambitious flight sim. Published by Aerosoft, the physical version will come on 10 discs.
What the fuck?
This is due to the game's massive size, which Microsoft has recommended players clear 150 gigabytes of space for.
Oh, it's nowhere near Warzone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like.
But
like
I guess you
discs.
don't have Warzone on disc.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like.
Well, yeah, you kind of do. I mean, like, you got the Modern Warfare game on disc, and most of what the Warzone's chunkiness is just having the Modern Warfare bullshit downloaded.
You think so?
I think so. I could be wrong.
I want to know why it's 10 disc though. Maybe it's because it's way more like technically beautiful. You know, like maybe it's the fact that it's technically superior.
Oh, he says this. Here, check this out. He explains that there are 4 main parts to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The simulation itself, the world and aircraft that Microsoft has created, online content that is streamed, and third-party files. While the third-party and streamed content is optional, the world and aircraft must be downloaded and will take up around 90 gigabytes of space. I don't really know. That doesn't explain the disk thing. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to explain the disk thing. But, yeah, that's a shitload of discs, man, for, like, no reason.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I do want to play it. Like, I don't play flight simulators, but that one, I'm in.
It looks freaking dope, dude. Except it's kind of expensive. Like, the normal version is, like, $60, and you get, like half the airports or some shit. And then, like, if you want, like, the full game, it's, like, 100-something. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Do you want to be a pilot or not, Brent? You got to go all in.
If you want me to pay that much, you better, like, include, like, a fucking flight stick or some shit. You know what I mean?
Dude. Oh, my God. That would be so cool. Anyways, Janae Sitzes at GameSpot says, against all odds, one of 2019's most iconic video game characters was a mischievous goose who was introduced to the world in developer House's surprise hit, Untitled Goose Game. The game sold over 1 million copies in 2019, so it's doing almost as good as, Rare's Sea of Thieves. So it's no surprise Untitled Goose Game is getting a physical edition. In fact, it's getting 2, along with a vinyl soundtrack. The standard boxed edition and an IM 8-bit exclusive Lovely edition will release for PS4 and Nintendo Switch on September 29th. The vinyl will be available that day as well. They're available for pre-order starting today. You'll get some cool physical stuff with the copies as well, like a spring/summer edition of the Plaza catalog, a 24-page retail catalog featuring useful items and objects that a goose might enjoy collecting, an 11-inch by 17-inch village map poster, hand-illustrated by Melbourne-based artist and game developer Marigold Bartlett, and an extra sticky official No Goose sticker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. I bet they had no idea that shit was going to blow up like that. They were probably so psyched when that took off, you know?
Yeah, dude. They're marketing geniuses. They put a goose in their game and made that the main character.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's pretty smart.
Whoever came up with that was just a straight fucking genius. Anyways, what do you got?
Okay, so, Nintendo did their little thing, but Stadia also did a thing this week. Stadia? No, but it actually was kind of interesting. They talked about some cool shit. So they said September 2020 they're getting Dead by Daylight with cross progression with PC and Switch.
Okay.
And then they announced a Harmonix title. So the people who did like Guitar Hero and stuff, they're making a Stadia exclusive game pretty soon. So that's exciting.
Oh, what's that game called? That's the one I was telling you about. That's supposedly like
This is unannounced. Apparently, they just said they announced at this show was that Harmonix is working on a special Stadia only.
Oh,
game.
okay, never mind then. It's a different game.
Yeah, I don't know
because Harmonix just put out like a music game that supposedly is really good.
Yeah, and I know they put out a VR game pretty recently that was like really highly acclaimed. You know what I mean? I think it's like Audica or something like that. Anyways, Hello Neighbor is coming September 20th. Hello Neighbor Seek and Hide and Seek. Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Seek and Hide.
Yeah, I don't know where that.
Let's
came
play
from.
a fun game of Seek and Hide.
Yes, let's go play Seek and Hide.
I'll count to 1. No, just kidding.
All 3 Hitmans are coming to Stadia, including the one that's not out yet. NBA 2K21 is coming in the fall. One hand clapping. I don't know about what this is really, but it's a timed exclusive.
That sounds almost offensive.
Right?
One hand clapping. I don't know why, but something about that is offensive to me.
Well, if you want to check it out, you'll have to go to Stadia, at least in the beginning. They got Orcs Must Die 3, which is also going to be a Stadia exclusive. Outcasters, which is going to be a Stadia exclusive. Outriders is going to be coming in 2021. PGA Tour 2K21 will be coming in August. PUBG Season 8 will be coming July 30th. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice will come fall 2020. Serious Sam 4 will come August 2020. Bomberman R Online will come fall 2020 and will be a timed exclusive. they announced, this is what I'm excited about, and this, honestly, I might get Stadia just to play this game and then just, like, stop fucking with Stadia altogether. But they announced a new supermassive game coming to Stadia. It's going to be a Stadia exclusive game. Like,
Supermassive did what game now?
Until Dawn.
Okay.
And the Man of Medan game recently.
I still don't think this is going to happen. I still think Stadia will die before all this happens. But
all I know is if that will be the only money Stadia gets out of me is this fucking supermassive game. If it's exclusive, I will play it. You know what I mean? And then they said Uppercut Games has a game coming to Stadia that will be exclusive. I don't really know what they've done. But, you know, seemed like it was kind of hype. And WWE 2K Battlegrounds, that game where they're like wrestling with the big heads.
Yeah, it's gonna be on everything.
Yeah.
Still no love for Stadia for me. I don't even care that they have Supermassive because Man of Medan was all right. That's about it. You know, like Until Dawn, great game.
Okay, I agree. Man of Medan wasn't the best game I've ever played, but I did enjoy it. You know what I mean?
But is it worth going to Stadia and paying like their monthly subscription just to try out a game?
You don't have to pay the monthly subscription. You get like bonuses, I think. Or like right now you do. But I think their initial model was going to be like they'll have a version where you can just play like in 1080p without paying the premium thing, right?
See, I don't know about that because I think what you have to do is you buy the game and then you pay a monthly subscription to be able to play it through Stadia's platform. So, like...
See, from what I was understanding, like, there's Stadia Pro and then there's Stadia. So, like, if you have Stadia Pro, you can, like, play, you know, a few free games with Stadia and, like, you get, like, a higher quality and better streaming quality and stuff like that. But apparently, like, from what I understood, you could still play games. Like, if you bought them, you just would be the worst quality.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
honestly don't know because I know there's, like, even a Stadia controller and all this bullshit.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the pro thing.
Yeah, right? Part of the premium. But I don't think there is a freemium. Like, no matter what, you have to pay to use it's just less money to play the non-4K version.
Well, I know you have to pay to buy the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to buy the game.
I think there is like a free version of Stadia. I could be wrong.
We'll check this out. Yeah. We'll bring it back.
I'll look into it right now. Here.
Super Beaner came in with some real high class logic here and says it's trash. I agree.
Yeah.
But while Brent's looking that up, I'm going to read this next part. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has played down the potential of Xbox Game Pass being available on Nintendo and Sony systems, despite the company having previously stated that it was a long-term goal to bring the service to all platforms. Talking to GameStar, Spencer said, "The thing about other gaming console platforms is we're not able to bring a full Xbox experience on those platforms. In places where we have brought a full Xbox experience, like what we're doing now on mobile phones with xCloud coming to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and what we've done with... hold on, Brent's got some...
sorry. I just found the thing. It is free if you want to just use Stadia, but you get, like, free games and benefits and stuff with Stadia Pro.
Oh, okay.
And you can play up to 4K HDR
with the premium.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, I guess, sure. Anyways, still trash. But xCloud, basically what they're saying here is Xbox boss Phil Spencer is saying that their long-term goal of bringing Game Pass to Switch and to Sony and stuff doesn't seem to be panning out because he said the other competitive platforms really aren't interested in having a full Xbox experience on their hardware. But
I guess that makes sense.
But my thing is like the way he says that, the way he words it, means that it might still come to pass as like xCloud or something. You know, I think he's just saying that they don't want Halo and all that stuff on their platforms, you know.
Well, that's just foolish.
Yeah, it sounds like big dummy dumbs over there.
Yeah.
On the other platforms.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They're missing out on Sea of Thieves, dog. The #1 selling game on Xbox.
The best game of the whole console.
The whole
cycle.
Generation, dude. The Sea of Thieves, a face of the face of a generation.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyways, what you got?
That's all I've got news-wise.
Okay, well, let me run through some more. Jordan Oleman at IGN says, data miners have unearthed a number of interesting potential details about Call of Duty 2020, including notes about zombies, Warzone, campaign, and multiplayer maps. Twitter user Prototype Warehouse unearthed a set of tags within the game files, which appear to have been pulled from the Red Door, an alleged alpha of this year's Call of Duty, which appeared on the Microsoft Store earlier this week. Some users have reported being able to download the Red Door, saying that it's titled Call of Duty Black Ops CIA when downloaded.
Ooh.
The phrases posted to Twitter yesterday seem to pertain to different modes within the game.
That sounds tight.
It does. It does. The embedded tweet below supposedly contains strings tied to the game's single-player campaign, with titles like Nam Armada, Nam Prisoner, and Rus KGB, suggesting parts of the story will take place in Vietnam and Russia. A leak we reported on back in May suggested that this year's Call of Duty game will be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and will return to the historical setting of its namesake franchise. Tags for multiplayer maps such as Moscow, Satellite, and Tank were also found, with Eurogamer noting that earlier in the year, one of COD 2020 gameplay leaks featured a map called Tank. Data miners also found Warzone references such as Duga and ski slopes, and a lone tag which is supposedly tied to the game's zombies mode, Silver. It's not clear how any of this ties together in practice for now, but evidence is building concerning the alleged makeup of 2020's Call of Duty game. Some expect the game to be officially revealed at this week's Xbox Games Showcase, although that remains speculation for the time being.
Cool.
It's hot in here. No, I'm just kidding.
That's exciting,
But,
man. Honestly, I've always liked the Black Ops series more than the other, Call of Duty games.
Yeah, I could care less about the campaign. I'm just excited about this Call of Duty Warzone, the linkage here.
I want some zombies, bro. That's what I want.
I also like zombies. It'll just give me something to do when I'm not playing Warzone. No, anyways, so Twitch has blocked the U.S. Army from running controller giveaways after they were allegedly found to redirect viewers to a military recruitment page.
Wow. Were they not actually giving away the controllers?
So a report from The Nation dug into how the U.S. military is using online gaming to recruit teens. The Nation found that viewers watching the Army's channel were being presented with chat prompts to, quote, win an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, end quote. But when clicking the link to enter the giveaway, users were supposedly met with a recruiting form with no additional mention of a contest, odds, total number of winners, or when a drawing will occur. When reached for comment by The Nation, the U.S. Army declined to answer. A Twitch spokesperson issued a statement to Kotaku announcing that the promotion had been removed. Quote, per our terms of service, promotions on Twitch must comply with all applicable laws. This promotion did not comply with our terms, and we have required them to remove it, end quote.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Just give away a real Xbox. You could probably just do that and, you think
the military, you think our war machine can afford Xboxes?
You just got to get one Xbox and do a sweepstakes.
You think they can afford Elite controllers? Trillions of dollars a year go to our war machine, and not a single dollar is going towards an Elite 2 controller.
Yeah,
okay?
No offense. Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, and also, join your U.S. Army. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I like how they click on the link, and it instantly takes them to... Like
that'll make them want to sign up. Like, oh man,
oh god,
fuck that Xbox.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man,
going to war.
Maybe
they think you'll be all fired up from the Twitch video, all the killing you just saw.
Yeah,
they'll be like, I'm doing this.
Imagine joining the U.S. Army though, and getting to be the Twitch streamer, for the U.S. Army. Like, hell yeah.
Who decides who streams for the fucking U.S. Army? Does he wear full army gear while he streams?
I don't know.
That would be sick, dude.
I probably should have done more research. I wanted. I imagine he just sits there just streaming, and he's like, "This is exactly what war's like." And he's playing Warzone. And he's like, "We all just go out here. Like, once you join the military, we put you on a plane. You fly out over Afghanistan, and we just drop you in, and 100 of you, and you all fight to the death." That's how real war works. But anyways, so no offense. But last week, the same account came under fire after it was found to be banning users who asked about war crimes in the stream chat. The U.S. Army issued a statement in response justifying its approach, noting that the user's question was an attempt to shift the conversation to imply that soldiers commit war crimes based on an optional weapon in a game, and we felt that violated Twitch's harassment policy. End quote.
Yeah,
I think that is pretty
dumb.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, what about the war crimes, bro? Yeah, it's like,
oh, they banned me for talking about war crimes, bro.
See, my thing is like, first off, the Army was wrong for doing that whole little fake giveaway. Yeah. You should do the giveaway. If you're going to offer a giveaway.
Just do the giveaway, yeah.
But also going to the U.S. Army Twitch stream and talking about war crimes is like just stupid. Because you think that recruiter is just sitting there like, it's like, I got to hide the war crimes of the U.S. Army.
like he has anything to do with it? Like.
Obviously, this guy's probably never been deployed. He's sitting there playing a Twitch stream, But anyways, so Adam Bankhurst at IGN says Destiny 2 Beyond Light has been delayed from its original release date of September 22nd, 2020 to November 10th, 2020. In a blog post, Bungie explained how the past few months have been a challenge and will continue to be during this epidemic. Quote, we learned to create together in a new way by having to work apart from one another. Despite these hurdles, we're still committed to the same level of quality that our fans expect, end quote. And then we have Joe Scrubbles at IGN. Publisher Rogue Games has appointed ex-Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé as a strategic advisor to its board, just a month after it appointed ex-Sony Computer Entertainment America president Jack Tretton to a similar role.
I don't. Reggie's on everybody's fucking board right now.
He's just like
he's for GameStop and fucking everybody.
Like Reggie, is this a good idea? Yes. All right, thanks, Reggie. Like I imagine that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then this one's a pretty funny little bit of news here. Apparently, Red Dead Online players are dressing up as clowns and organizing in-game protests against a lack of major updates from Rockstar, with a large cross-platform event scheduled for the 20th of July. As first spotted by PC Game, which the 20th of July already happened, but this is interesting news. The Red Dead Online community has been banding together to populate servers and digital clown cosplay. The lighthearted events are being organized to draw attention to the fact that it's been 7 months since Red Dead Online received a major content update. The trend seems to stem from the Red Dead fashion community, which has been hosting monthly fashion contests. What is going on Red Dead Online right now?
I don't know. I gotta check this out.
July's theme is the traveling circus, which ran with the mantra, since we're all clowns for believing we'll get an update, it's fitting that we dress up as them in game too. End quote. So from there, the community began filling servers with clowns and documenting their antics. In an interview with Polygon, Magnar, an admin for the Red Dead Online Discord group, explained that rather than let it turn negative or nasty, which in-game communities things often can, I thought I'd turn our protests into something a bit more fun or even wholesome in a way. So yeah, you can go join them, I guess, apparently. And have fun with that. Kind
of want to. This reminds me of in Grand Theft Auto Online when everybody was dressing up like the little green aliens and beating the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. But this is pretty funny. I like how it's a protest. It's like,
right? Like,
do you think
activism?
Like Rockstar is like, oh man, we should probably fix this.
This also reminds me a lot of the Ugandan Knuckles and VR chat craze.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Yep.
Well,
good stuff.
That's it for this week's video game news. We're going to jump over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you know which brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days, which we're going to start with Necro Barista, coming to PC on July.
I thought you were going to say Necro Burrito. I was like, okay.
Necro Burrito. No. Hold on. I can't tell if this is right yet. Is this right? Yeah, okay, this is right. All right, so starting with Necro Barista coming to PC on July 22nd. Couldn't find a price. Inspired equally by anime and cinema, Necro Barista is a unique take on the visual novel medium. Players will experience the story of a supernatural Melbourne cafe where the dead are permitted to return for one last night to walk among the living and enjoy one last cup of coffee.
I'm in.
Yeah, Brent's in.
One last cup of coffee. This sounds like some Persona shit. Like, what the fuck?
It says, Necro Barista's expressive visual style is built in a 3D graphical framework while maintaining a 2D hand-drawn anime-inspired aesthetic. That sounds horrible, but carry on. It's coming to Xbox One, Switch, PC, July 23rd for $19.99. Carry On is a reverse horror game in which you assume the role of an amorphous creature of unknown origin. Stalk and consume those that imprisoned you to spread fear and panic throughout the facility. Grow and evolve as you tear down this prison and acquire more and more devastating abilities on the path to retribution. Then we have Super Toy Cars 2 coming to PS4 July 23rd for $11.99. In the fast-paced arcade racing action of Super Toy Cars 2, you will race cool toy cars alone or with friends across crazy tabletop tracks made of everyday objects that take on a new dimension. In this world, a sausage is the size of a bus, a burger is the size of a small swimming pool, and you may encounter dangerous toy scissors cutting their way through the middle of the track. Outrace your opponents or crush them to scrap.
Well, that just doesn't make sense proportionally.
Yeah, why
How
would
does
a
the
sausage
be the size of a bus, but then the burger's the size of a pool? Just
maybe it's a bus the size of a pool, but just narrow?
kind of depends on the pool. They said a small pool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about like this stuff in real life one day. But anyways, Bounty Battle, Switch, PC, July 23rd for how much money? I don't know. But Bounty Battle is the ultimate indie fighting game, a 2D fighter where you can pit your favorite indie heroes against one another. Indie heroes from games like Guacamelee, Dead Cells, Darkest Dungeon, Owlboy, and more battle it out in this fighter frenzy. That's kind of cool.
That's fun. It's kind of like Smash Bros.
But for
like indie games.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll finally get to be able to fight as Shovel Knight.
Aw.
You know?
I'm with that.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool. And then we have Crysis Remastered coming to Switch on July 23rd for $29.99.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a remaster of the classic first-person shooter Crysis Remastered features the action-packed gameplay, sandbox world, and epic battles of the original blockbuster title, all enhanced with a major visual upgrade.
Get ready to destroy your Switch.
Yeah. Get ready to feel the heat of your Switch dying in your hands.
Get ready to drain your battery.
Get ready for 1 hour of action-packed gameplay. The original Crysis Arms players with the powerful nanosuit on the battleground of a new war against alien invaders. The nanosuit's speed, strength, armor, and cloaking allow creative solutions for every fight with a huge arsenal of modular weaponry to give you incredible control over your playstyle for at least 30 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, then we have Paper Beast coming to PC on July 24th for $19.99.
Speaking of paper things, before we get into this,
Yeah, go ahead.
I heard Paper Mario wasn't as good as everybody wanted it to be. I heard negative things about it, and it bums me out because I really wanted to get it. Sorry.
Same. No, I heard the same, but I haven't heard negative things.
I've just heard it wasn't as good as people wanted it to be.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't this throwback to Super Mario RPG or like the old school, like, you know,
a little
RPG
bit of a
mechanics.
letdown there for me, but
Yeah.
anyway, sorry.
Same. But Paper Beast is a playful exploration game set in a colorful ecosystem born out of big data.
Oh, this is that VR game.
Yes. So basically, it's just a VR game that came to PSVR that is now on PC.
Oh, it's on PC. Hey, boy.
Yeah, it's now a PC game.
Good, because I did not want to hook my fucking PlayStation VR back up. It's such a pain in the ass to hook it up and put it away. I wanted to play the fucking Iron Man game, but like I just don't have the it's so easy to put my Oculus on. Like it's like zero setup. You just put it on and you're there. You know, with the PlayStation, it's like it's so much setup.
Yeah. If jacking in into the Matrix took this much effort, I don't think anybody would.
Like once you have it set up, it's all good, you know. But it's just the initial setup of the PlayStation, and then you have to make sure that like the place you set up is like good to go, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait till VR is like you lay on a table and they shove a needle into your spine.
Me too, actually. Not even bullshitting. Like
would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you do it if they were like, we're gonna have to the first time to go into VR or like the legit Matrix VR, we're gonna have to go into surgery, cut open your neck, and put in this weird vagina on the back of your neck, and then we're gonna shove a needle into it.
Nah, I'd probably just let the technology advance a little bit. I'm sure if they got it to that
Yeah.
point, it would just be a few more years before we were like wireless, you know? Like,
But you're 95.
oh man, yeah.
You
At
know,
that
you
point,
ain't
I
got
won't
that
even
much
want
time.
to do VR anyway. You know what I mean?
Really?
Well, when I'm 95, I'll just be all decrepit and shit.
Yeah, but they're like, this is your last chance. Like, you'll get to like experience this whole world.
oh,
in here,
okay, because
and-
I'm jacked in the back
Yeah,
of my
it's in
brain.
the
yeah.
Matrix.
I'm thinking VR today.
Yeah, no. You're gonna live in this world, and then you'll die in this
Oh,
world.
yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That would be sick. Okay, so if it was like a Black Mirror kind of thing where they could like upload my consciousness into fucking VR world, like fuck yeah, dude. Just send me on my way, man. I'm all about that shit.
Hell yeah.
Even if it was like I'm about to get like dementia or something, like go ahead and fucking rip me out. Just fucking plug me in. Hook me into the fucking world, you know? Like, let's just do this now, you know?
I like it. I like that. Plug it in. Tandenberg is coming to PS4 and Xbox One on July 24th for $19.99. Warfare on the border of the Russian Empire is a tense battle for survival. Can your squad weather the storm of battle? Tandenberg is the second entry in the World War I game series that started with FPS Verdun, expanding the focus to encompass the Eastern Front. Warfare between the Russian Empire and the Central Powers offers a fresh experience for new and veteran players alike with 4 new squads, 20-plus weapons, 4 open maps that give players tactical freedom, and a whole new 64-player game mode with full AI bot support so you can experience epic battles at any time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I was about to just freak out, dude. No, but then we have Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection coming to Switch and PS4 on July 28th for $69.99. Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection contains the 6 original Neo Geo games in the acclaimed fighting game franchise.
How much are they charging?
$69.90 fucking 9.
This game was free on the Epic Game Store the other day.
Shh. Let them make their money, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, just kidding. Actually, yeah, don't be a dummy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's redonk.
For a bunch of Neo Geo games that you could probably emulate for free.
They're the best fighting games ever, dude.
I don't doubt it, but fuck.
And then we have Other Side coming, and Other Side is spelled Other, C-I-D-E. That's how you know it's cool.
Oh.
It's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on July 28th for $29.99. Other Side is a horror-themed tactical turn-based game set in an esoteric world beyond our reality. The game places the player in control of female warriors in a desperate struggle to push back nightmarish creatures and prevent reality from shattering. Using only black, white, and touch of red, the game will drag players into a whole new experience, or a whole new universe for the genre, to experience a journey through a strange and unknown world, a world that lays behind the mirror of their own minds. Whoa. So philosophical, dude. Anyways, and then we got Lost Wings coming to PS4 on July something for $7.99. I imagine it's July 28th as well. I don't know why I didn't write it, but anyways, it's coming for $7.99. Storm your way through brutally challenging environments and destroy the bosses for a chance to top the leaderboards. Lost Wing is an intense 3D space shooter featuring an electronic soundtrack, multiple ships and weapons, and ultra-fast gameplay. And then we have Destroy All Humans coming to PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, PC, July 28th for $19.99. The cult classic returns, terrorize the people of 1950s Earth in the role of the evil alien Crypto-137. Harvest their DNA and bring down the U.S. government in the faithful remake of the legendary alien invasion action adventure.
I played the demo for that. It's pretty decent.
Yeah. You youngins wouldn't know anything about it.
The gameplay is like just like it was back in the day, and it actually holds up pretty well. Like it's surprisingly fun still.
It's such a cool idea for a game.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it whenever it came out.
Me too.
Yeah, and hopefully you will too if you've never played it.
Yeah.
And then we have Skater XL coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC, July 28th for $19.99. Skater XL is a game where skateboards are extra large. No, I'm just kidding. I just
They've all got like, huge fucking skateboards. Like.
Whoa. No, Skater XL marks a new evolution in skateboarding games. Experience unparalleled board control and responsiveness while you skate legendary real-world skate spots. Style your tricks the way you want, from the way you flip the board to the way you move your feet. Feel connected to your board like never before.
Connect to your extra large board like never before.
With groundbreaking and intuitive controls, skateboarding in a video game has never felt more authentic, fluid, and responsive. Style tricks any way you want and make every trick and line your own. Shred real-world legendary skate spots. Okay, and then we have Grounded, coming to Xbox One and PC on July 28th for $40. Grounded is a game by Obsidian, but it's by the B team at Obsidian, apparently.
Okay.
Or not the B team.
I was about to say, that's kind of harsh. Like,
Yeah. It's made by the shit team over at Obsidian. No,
Play by the fucking rejects.
apparently this is like a passion project that was done by like a small group of people from Obsidian.
I'm
like
just
a
imagining
splintered
like
off.
some guy that like sits in the corner at Obsidian all day, and he like brings this over to the boss, and the boss is like, "Oh, we'll put this right here on the fridge next to all the other games."
He's like, boss, I got an idea. It's like, have you seen the Bar Wars? It's like the Bar Wars, but it's a video game. It's like smaller, and there's like a bunch of people, and they're running around. There's ants that are like big, and he's like, look, Jim, look, we've already told you. We're not going to do this. Look, if you want to do this, we'll allot $10.
Hey, that's all I need.
Anyway, so
You won't regret it, Steve.
apparently it's cool, though. There's like a beta or something that people have played and said it was great. In Grounded, players are shrunken to the size of an ant and tasked with surviving in the unique micro world of
This one's
a
coming to
suburban
Game Pass,
backyard.
right?
Yeah. On the 28th.
Cool.
With a team of 4 players, gather, craft, and build bases with everyday objects found within the yard, searching for life-saving resources and living alongside giant peaceful insects while fighting to survive massive hostile inhabitants. Grounded provides a mix of environmental and narrative-driven storytelling. Set in a versatile, handcrafted sandbox structure, it allows players to create their own experience from the ground up.
And actually, I was such a big Honey, I Shrunk the Kids fan when I was a kid that I think this will be right up my alley, you know?
Do you remember the Honey, I Blew Up the Baby or whatever? What was the one where it was like the 4th entry in the film franchise?
I don't know. I know there was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Shrunk the
Kids.
Parents or some shit, or like Honey, I...
No, it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 2, right?
Right.
And then it was like, Honey, I Blew Up the Children or something. Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. And it was like a giant baby.
I don't remember the blowing up the baby thing.
Yeah, the baby blew up. That's a real thing.
That sounds horrible.
I'm pretty sure that's a real thing. I could be making this up.
I'm going to have to watch this if this is a real thing. You hear they were rebooting the Home Alone series for Disney Plus? Or they're like making it into a series and they're going to reboot it?
How's that even possible?
I don't know. Is he going to get robbed for like a whole season?
But
you know?
if they're going to do that, they should have Macaulay Culkin be the robber.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
I don't know what that means, but I'm down for it.
You haven't heard any modern songs where they're just like, sick.
No, I've actually just somehow kept myself away from all modern music.
Yeah, well, that's the thing now.
There's no more skr?
No. Now they're just like, sick.
Oh, yeah, I'm done with music. Anyway, so there's like a certain age where you just cut off from all modern
listening
music.
to music.
Yeah. you only listen to what you know. You know, so like, you know those guys that are still just jamming, like, you know, they're like, oh, man, nothing's better than fucking Guns N' Roses. Nothing will ever be better than Guns N' Roses. Well, that's me with my music. You know,
Fall Out Boy.
Nothing will ever be better than Fall Out Boy and Say Anything. And if you try to make me listen to anything else, I'm just gonna cut it off. I mean, it's like the South Park episode.
See, my problem is like I don't have a problem with new music. I just don't know where to find it. You know, I can't just turn on VH1
that
anymore.
means it's time
you know
to stop. If you don't know where to find it, bro, that's your age showing.
I guess so.
You gotta quit looking.
Is there like a website where people find music? Like, would you just go on YouTube and type in like new music?
Youngpeoplemusic.com. Yeah, there's no more looking for it.
Oh, God.
You have to get on.
You just know.
Yeah, you either know or you get on TikTok.
No.
I'm not getting on there.
Yeah, no. That's where I draw the
line. Made of Skur is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Made of Skur.
That's what I said. Yes. Oh, Kurt. So July 28th. Couldn't find a price. Inspired by Macabre. Is it Macabre or Macabre?
I think it's Macabre.
But it's spelt Macabre.
Right.
What's up, Macabre? No, I'm just kidding. No, but inspired by macabre Welsh folklore, Made of Skur is a first-person survival horror game set in a remote hotel. Brave the nightmares of the quiet men, based on the haunting true story of Elizabeth.
What? That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, not the quiet men, not the shy, weird people. But no, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm imagining something really scary in my head.
They're just like, shh. You know, that's what I picture.
That was pretty scary, dude.
Yeah, that's what I do, bro. I'm horrifying. Anyways, based on the haunting true story of Elizabeth Williams, you play as Thomas Evans, a musician who is thrust into a terrifying battle in this to save the woman he loves. Set in 1898 in and around Skur House, a real dwelling which still stands to this day and is said to be one of the most haunted in Britain. Gameplay is focused on story, exploration, and no weapon survival tactics.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah.
That sounds kind of cool.
It does. And then we have Mega Dimension Neptunia.
Mega Dementia.
Yeah,
Forget where you are.
Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 coming to Switch on July 28th for $29.99. GC 2015 Gamindustry, however you fucking say that fake word, has entered a precarious season known as the CPU shift period. During this time of social unrest, deprecating rumors about the CPUs have begun to saturate Gamindustry. Neptune and the others worry the citizens will soon call for new leaders to replace them. And their and their rule will end. Okay, you get the point. All right, it's something dumb. Okay. I'm done reading that. That's a long paragraph of made-up words that I'm not about to get into. You know when it's coming, and you know if it's for you, but it's not for me. Okay.
I like that.
Stop questioning me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but anyways, that's it for this week's releases, guys. We're gonna jump on over to currently playing. Brent, what are you playing this week? I know you got some games on your list.
I'm playing everything.
I wonder how that sounded with the windscreen.
I'm playing it all.
This is like a breakdown. I want to edit that into a breakdown. I'm playing it all.
That was the breakdown starting. Okay, no, so I've been playing a lot of shit. Let's see. I was playing a little UFC 3 this morning. I only wrote this down because they locked me out of my fucking account. I don't know why. I went to go play earlier today and it was sorry, this account is forbidden from getting online or blah blah blah. So I went through this whole thing trying to get fucking customer support on the line or whatever from EA and try to figure out what was wrong with my account, you know what I mean? And I finally got somebody on the phone after 30 minutes of waiting, and right as they got on the phone with me, the game started working and just it just let me back in. I was
they're shit, that one guy who plays our game is back on. We should probably he's calling us.
Dude, I was so pissed, dude. So finally I got it working. Anyways, been playing UFC 3. I'm getting really good, which is unfortunate because UFC 4 is about to come out. But it's whatever.
It'll probably be the same.
I'm hoping it'll be somewhat close, just so I don't have to relearn everything. But I've seen a little bit of the beta footage, and the grappling is totally different. A lot of it looks a lot different, but the graphics look exactly the same. It's weird. I don't know. I'm still hyped about it though. So I've been playing that. I've been playing a lot of VR this week. I got Gorn on sale a while back, and I just got around to playing that. It's this kind of cartoony game where you're in this arena, and it's Gladiator. The king's salute, and then you salute, and those gladiators come out and you fight them. But they're all cartoony, and you get these baseball bats that are floppy feeling, and you can knock people's it's really gory. There's you can hit people in the head, and their eyeballs will fly out and shit.
I didn't expect it with a game called Gorn.
Well, you wouldn't expect it if you just saw the graphics of it, because it looks really childish and cartoony until you're standing around a pile of corpses that are just like rib cages, and like the things in your hand are like dripping blood, and like it's hardcore, but it's a lot of fun.
Would you call it hardcore Gorn?
Yes. Yes, I would. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And that one goes great with my new fucking 15-foot cable or whatever that I got. So I can actually move around, fight people. A lot of fun.
Nice.
But I've also been kind of like using my fucking quest the way it was meant to be used, because now I'm kind of like over the PC thing, you know? I'm having fun with my PC. I still play PC VR games all the time. But like now I'm like kind of just like over the shock of it all, like and I've been playing the quest like how it's meant to be played, like unhooked from the PC, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went and I got Beat Saber, because like everybody's like, oh, Beat Saber, you know what I mean? And for good reason. It's a lot of fun. It's the same kind of like vibes when you're playing Guitar Hero or something back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you use your full body.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. So I've been playing Beat Saber, but then I've also been playing The Room VR, which is really, really good. Like, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is, but it's basically like an escape room game, and every level puts you in a different room situation, and you go through the room solving puzzles. It's super simple, but like also super fucking fun, and like the graphics are really good, and it's kind of like scary at times in a weird way. I don't know. Really good game. Highly, highly, highly recommend the Room VR if you have any kind of VR headset.
Sounds fun. I like escape rooms.
Me too. And this is the best one. There's a lot of VR escape rooms, but this is like this one and a game called I Expect You to Die are by far the two best VR escape rooms that I've played.
Cool.
And I've played a lot of them. So.
Is it multiplayer?
No. This one is just normal. One-player game. Although it would be fun to do one of those escape room games multiplayer. That should be something somebody should work on, man. Because, like, honestly, that would take the fuck off. Like, a 4-player escape room game.
Problem is you'd have to keep coming up with, like, escape rooms, like, to keep people satisfied. Otherwise, they just get bored with it after, like,
or you get in a lobby
once.
with some guy who knows how to do everything, and it would take all the fun out of it for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It'd have to be, like literally whatchamacallit. Where it's just randomly generated.
Ooh, that could be cool.
Escape rooms.
You'd have like
puzzles,
like 100 puzzles, and put them all together. I don't know. That would be cool. Yeah, I've been playing all those, and I've also still been playing Persona 4 Golden. I'm like way, way, way further deeper into this game now, and it is like fantastic. It is so fucking good. Like
better than 5.
No. I don't know, man. Like, because the thing about it is, like, 5 has, like, better gameplay. It just is better. Like, it feels slicker. It feels newer, Like, the combat feels less, like, I don't know. It just feels better with 5. But also the story in 4 is, like, really, really good. The character building is so good. Like, I'm at this point where it's, like, it's kind of a slow burn at first with 4, but, like, dude, it is, like, hitting you with all these different, like, twists and turns, and, like, fucking all the characters are so good, and you meet new people, and, like, it's just so much fun, dude. It's a really, really good game. Highly recommended if you got a PC. Although, I think I would recommend people play 5 first.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like 5 is feels like a newer game. You know what I mean? So when you get to, like, the dungeons in 4 feel a little repetitive, and it might be a turnoff to people that are, like, new to the series. You know what I mean? The dungeons in 5 feel less generic. You know what I mean? So it's like, but also, I don't know. It's really good. But I think you'd enjoy it more if you've, like, already invested so much time into 5 and you enjoyed 5. You know what I mean? I don't know. The story is much less predictable in 4, though. I'll tell you that. By 5, I kind of had it all figured out, like, halfway through the game. In 4, it's like, okay, I don't really know what the fuck is going on, but I'm super hyped to find out,
Yeah. So, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Nice. Okay. I personally have been playing more Warzone.
Surprise!
It's like it's because I've been streaming it, So like it's really all I can play at the moment. But yeah, I started streaming it again. I've been doing that for like at least like 2 to 3 hours a day when I get home from work, and then bust on.
You must be like God at this point.
No, but Aaron is. And then, but I did get a really cool kill that I clipped out the other day because it was like Aaron had died and I was playing real good for some reason. And then, there was a dude in the room and I was like, fuck, I'm in this room. I got to get into this room because I needed to get, or into this building so I could pick up my scav point that, because I picked up a scav contract. And so I was trying to get to the loot box and so I could get enough money to get Aaron back. Anyway, so I go into this one building. He's in the building across from me that I need to get into. I hear him running around. I'm like, fuck. I open this random loot box, and in it is a crossbow. And I'm like, fuck it, dude, for the stream. And then I pick up the crossbow, and I turn on my dead silence, and I go running up the stairs, and I look across, and he instantly sees me. And I just, pull up my crossbow and hit him directly in the face from across the building.
Nice.
And, drop him dead. Team wipe, run over, get the money, get Aaron back. It was such a cool clip. But anyways, it was fun.
That's exciting, man. I'm glad you're having so much fun.
Yeah. People should go hang out on the stream with us. So, I mean, we're always looking for trio partners and quad partners. So, if you're just in the stream and you're, bored, and you want to play, you can hop on with us. It's crossplay. And Super Beaner says he's been playing Phantasy Star Online too because he's a nerd. No, but let's see what he says. He says, oh, and thanks for the clip compliment. He said it was a pretty cool clip. But yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on Phantasy Star Online too, apparently, because there's some Austin McGowan is also trying to get me on there, saying that it's super fun. But anyways, that's it for currently playing. If you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, you could be like Super Beaner and jump in the stream chat and let us know, or you could let us know in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast. Or in the YouTube comments. And then, we're jumping into the topic of the show now. Today's topic of the show is Xbox Series X Showcase predictions. Now, this is mine and Brent's predictions. We're kind of playing a little game here where next week, it won't be the topic of the show next week, but we'll have a little segment where we're going to, talk about all the actual announcements because this is happening on Thursday. Yeah. As you're listening to this, it's going to be the next day. So you'll get to know ahead of time who won, but we're going to try and give, get points based off of. So we have 4 just normal, predictions, nothing too crazy, but then we're going to have 1 wild card. The 4 will be just worth 1 point each. The wild card will be worth 5 points.
Should we do 5?
What do you mean 5?
Should we do 5 for the wild card? I know you were talking about it.
You want to do 3? We'll do 3.
Let's do 3. That makes more sense.
Or no, we'll do 2. We'll just make it 2.
Nah, let's do 3.
Okay, we'll do 3.
Raise the stakes.
Okay, so the wild card guess will be our 5th guess, and it will be worth 3 points. The rest of them are worth only 1 point. And just before we get into this, we decided we're not going to do anything about Halo Infinite or Fable because those are 2 obvious things that may be there. Obviously, Halo Infinite will be there, and it's pretty obvious that Fable will be there.
Yeah, we've just heard too much about Fable. You know what I mean?
That's coming from Playground Games. I'm almost positive the people who did Forza Horizon, so everything I've read online, people are just that's pretty much going to be there. And that's coming from Kotaku and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we don't want to add that to our predictions. But, and also I saw today that Xbox boss Phil Spencer said that you want to tune into the pre-show because there's going to be some announcements at the pre-show even. So, I'm going to
watch the whole thing for sure.
I'm going to try and live stream it. I don't know if I'm going to be at work when it happens. I don't know the exact time that it goes down. If I am at work, I'll still try and take my break and live stream it because it's an hour long. So we'll see what happens. But I'll try and get a live stream in on it for you guys if you guys want to hang out and watch it. Anyways, let's start this up. Let's do this. Brent, do you want to start? You want me to start?
I don't care.
These are just our regular old predictions. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 for me is Studio MDHR will be announced as an acquired studio and will finally give us the much-delayed Cuphead DLC and a trailer for whatever they have up their sleeves for a sequel.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
They're not already officially a studio?
No.
Interesting.
They were never
that
fully
Cuphead
acquired.
was an exclusive at launch, right?
Mm-hmm. They just paid for it to be an exclusive. They didn't buy the studio.
Interesting.
Yeah, so MDHR could technically.
They seem like a really likely candidate for a partner for Microsoft. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah, they were just that game was produced by Xbox, but I don't think that they own them exclusively. But
I didn't even think about like company acquisitions and shit. I was just thinking about games. That was a good call on your part.
Appreciate it. I did some investigating. I'm hoping that's the case. But anyways.
Okay. So my number one is going to be that they announce State of Decay 3.
That's a pretty safe bet. I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
You think?
I thought about that, and Undead Labs is the studio that does State of Decay 2, or State of Decay and State of Decay 2. Obviously, they are owned by Microsoft now. One of the acquired 16 studios or whatever. But I think that's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, I think you're going to be right on that.
I hope so.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. My second one is Obsidian. Okay, it's pretty well known at this point. Not well known, but it's rumored that Obsidian's A team, not their B team, I wouldn't even call it their B team. It's just this is their AAA team, is supposedly working on a AAA RPG for the Xbox. I predict it's going to be a Pillars of Eternity spinoff because I've never played Pillars of Eternity before, but I know the original was like super popular on PC.
Definitely.
And the team has said that if they were to make another one, they would have to re-examine the entire format, since the sequel had poor sales apparently. Because they said like the director of the game basically said that he thinks they did everything that they could with the first game, and by the second game people were like, why, we don't really need this, we have the first one. So he said that he does want to see more stuff in the Pillars of Eternity universe, just not in the same format. Yeah. And given that Microsoft has a say in what they're working on now, I imagine they'll want them working on like a proven IP like Pillars of Eternity. So I'm assuming it's going to be a typical like Obsidian RPG that just takes place in the Pillars of Eternity universe, in hopes of like pouring more life into that franchise, and also giving us a cool AAA thing, so. Not that I'm too excited about that. I'm just guessing.
But that's what you think is going to happen.
Yeah. I was really I was doing some research on Obsidian's past work and non-licensed stuff, and I really thought there was going to be like an Alpha Protocol reboot. Since that game was pretty. You ever see that game for the 360 and the PS3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just it was like if Metal Gear Solid was an Obsidian RPG or like action RPG. And I really thought they were going to do that, but apparently Sega owns the rights to that, so we won't see an Alpha Protocol. But that's just my guess. Anyways, what do you got for number 2?
So my number 2 is probably the most obvious out of all of mine. I think that this will almost 100% happen, but I think we will get at least 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay from Hellblade 2. You know what I mean? Showcasing like the like way that the console works and shit. You know what I mean? Like next gen load times and shit like that. You know what I mean? I think that aside from Halo, obviously, that'll be like their major like gameplay show off. You know what I mean?
Man, that's sad. Not your guess is sad, but it's sad that that's like one of the main things. I really hope that something besides Halo just blows my mind.
Me too.
I'm really hoping for it.
Me too.
Here's my pretty obvious guess, like kind of like yours. Your obvious one is number 3 is that Rare will show us some gameplay from Everwild, which was that game that they originally showed at XO19. We just got like a random like trailer for it. It's the only thing that they've shown besides Sea of Thieves since they've been owned by Microsoft, really, or like their own like in non-Connect game or whatever. Like here we go. We have what was it? They did Sea of Thieves and they had some other game, but this is going to be like their next big thing called Everwild. Do you remember seeing Everwild? I
don't remember seeing anything about this. What kind of gameplay is it? Do you know?
Well, they haven't shown gameplay. They just showed like a trailer, and it's like a cell shaded.
Like the forest.
Yeah, it's like a forest with like weird animals. Like the deer have like fucking weird like plant ears and stuff like that.
I do remember that actually. That's that's exciting.
So
I hope they do show something off for that.
Yeah, I think that's what we will see from Rare. Anyways, what do you got for number 3.
So my number 3 is that The Outer Worlds will get an Xbox Series X port that will enhance the game's graphics, and also it will have additional exclusive content like DLC that only Xbox people will be able to get.
I think you're going to be wrong on that. I think it'll have smart delivery. I think like you'll be able to just you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X, but I don't think there will be any exclusive content to the Series X because.
Do you think it'll get a Series X enhancement?
I think it'll get enhancement in like graphics or whatever, and like like maybe more frames, but or a better frame rate. But I don't think you'll have like exclusive gameplay stuff. Like just because Phil Spencer has been pretty consistent about his like. Oh, I want whatever you can do on Series X to also happen on Xbox One.
Well, I mean like exclusive to the Xbox family.
Oh, to the Xbox family. I thought you meant to Series X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, then, I could see that happening. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, and that includes like the Xbox app on the computer. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. No, I agree. Number 4 for me is the Initiative will show off a Perfect Dark teaser. The original Perfect Dark game was released 20 years ago.
That would be sick, dude.
Yeah, so this will be the perfect time to resurrect the series.
And
as
the
a
Initiative would be the perfect people to do it because we don't really know
what they're working on.
We've heard so much about these like veterans banding together to form the ultimate studio, and it's like we haven't heard shit from them.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, and I think this would be a great time to show it off as like maybe something more similar to like a mix between the new Tomb Raider game and like a like a mix
like
between,
change the formula for Perfect Dark kind of.
Yeah, give it a more modern, grounded feel with like what they did with the new Tomb Raider game, but also kind of mixed with like a Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, like Tomb Raider and Hitman mixed together for fucking Perfect Dark. That would be sick.
Exactly.
I can totally see Perfect Dark in a third-person perspective being really tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we already kind of saw it with Perfect Dark Zero whenever you get the katana or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like you could do that same thing, but just like make it actually feel good and more modern and like give it a more modern, landscape and feel.
Of all the predictions, I think I want that one to be true the most.
Oh, you haven't heard my wild card, so yeah. So, and like I said, I'm really thinking that's gonna happen just because this is the only time they could really bring it back with any like reason to do so. The fact that it's the 20th anniversary of Perfect Dark, this would be just like the time and
the ultimate.
Yeah, and they could also have like like some kind of like remaster of Perfect Dark Zero or so. Well, I guess they already
or the
did
original
that
Perfect Dark would be fun to remaster.
Yeah, like a remake, or not even a remaster, just a full remake.
Full remake. Yeah, you'd have to full remake it to make it
because
like,
they've
feel
already
good with modern shooter, controls and stuff.
Yeah, because they already did Rare Replay version of it, so they couldn't just bring it back; they'd have to remake it. But anyways.
Yeah, okay. So my number 4 is that I think that they will announce a new Age of Empires game. I know that's kind of anticlimactic and not very fun, but I feel like it's going to get me a point.
Yeah. I feel like mine was like I just been avoiding actually winning here. I'm just like going off on a like, ooh, I hope this happens.
Yeah.
But here's my true wild card.
Oh shit, are we already at the wild card?
This is number 5.
The wild card.
Worth 3 points. And this may or may not happen. Double Fine will tease their next game after like their first official Xbox exclusive game, because Psychonauts 2 is supposedly still coming to everything.
Right.
And it will either be the next in the series of Banjo-Kazooie, Blinks the Time Sweeper, or Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Dang, that would be crazy, but they'd have to team up with Rare.
No, they wouldn't.
For Banjo, at least, right?
No, because Rare... Okay, so the team that is Rare now has nothing to do with the original Rare team.
Doesn't the Rare as a company have
They're owned by
rights
Microsoft.
To it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything's under Microsoft's banner now. So like they could easily... Like Microsoft owns both Double Fine and Rare. So they could just be like, hey, we want... you guys are the people that are making platformer games now. Like Double Fine still makes platformers. No other Rare doesn't make platformers anymore. They make Sea of Thieves. They make fucking whatever the hell, Everwild or whatever that game is going to be. So like this is the perfect time to be like, Double Fine, you can still be your own team. You can still do whatever you want to do. You're still Double Fine. But we trust you to make the next Banjo-Kazooie and whatever the modern take of that is going to be.
Whew. Man, see, I don't know. Like, that seems out of character for Double Fine, just because they always do their own little projects. Like, it'll be like Tim Burton making the next fucking, like, I don't know. I can't think of a good example of a movie he would make.
I mean, he made Batman.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, there's always like something like it's
the exception.
Yeah, the exception. I mean, they're about to put out Psychonauts 2, right? Mm-hmm. So they're putting out their Double Fine game, but I think they really need to give something to Xbox. Like something that like Microsoft can be like, look at this first party title, and like even if it's just a little teaser or whatever, and it's like we're giving them the reins on a rare IP. Like, something, whether it be Banjo-Kazooie or it be Conker or even Blinks. Blinks is something that we haven't seen in so long that they could do whatever the fuck they wanted with it.
Yeah, you could do a lot of cool things with Blinks for sure.
With Banjo even. Banjo-Kazooie hasn't had a legit Banjo-Kazooie game since literally the N64. The 360 game sucked.
I'll tell you what Double Fine could do for Banjo-Kazooie is make it fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They could make it funny. They could make it fun. Like, that's the thing is, like, they could bring it back and make it, like, something that people, like, do Banjo's back. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And that's just my wild card, so it's out there. And, so what's your wild card?
All right. Maybe the wildest of all cards, okay? It's also rare related, okay? My wild card prediction is that Rare will announce Grabbed by the Ghoulies 2.
God. No. No.
It's going to happen. Mark my words, dude.
Okay.
G by TG.
The first one wasn't even that fun, though.
No, it wasn't.
It was like a commercial failure.
It was kind of like a ripoff of Luigi's Mansion, honestly.
It was, with a stick.
Yeah.
You just beat all the ghoulies.
But I think that this is what's going to happen.
I honestly think that's more realistic than my wild card. But at the same time, I just have this weird feeling that they brought Double Fine on to be the platformer creator, just because Rare doesn't do it anymore. Rare's not in that game anymore, but they own all the rights to all that shit. Even if it's not a Rare, IP, I still feel like their next thing is going to be a platformer for Xbox, like a Mario for Xbox.
Definitely a platformer for Xbox, but I don't know. I can see Tim Schafer maybe doing like a one-off kind of thing, like you were saying, but I don't think that they're just going to be the new Banjo people or something. You know what I mean? Maybe Blinks. That seems obscure enough to where you could make that, Tim Schafer'd out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think any of it could be good, coming from Double Fine.
Yeah. I think if you let them switch the art style up and really get crazy with it.
Yeah, do their own thing with it. That's what I'm saying. Keep it Double Fine, but you have the IP that you have this well-known IP that everybody's excited about, and everybody loves Double Fine no matter what.
True.
So. But anyways, that's our predictions. Super Beaner left his prediction, I think. Let me see. Okay. No, he didn't. He just said Conquer. So I agree, man. Let me see. Okay. And he left a question for our listener questions and People Champ.
Speaking of.
Yeah, so it is now time for the People's Champ. Brent, make sure you can read his in the chat before you make any decisions.
Big decisions, yeah. Let's see. Hang on, wait for this. Wait for that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my
your question thing. Yeah.
Let me actually just go with the. Yeah, sorry.
While Brent's doing that, I just want to say, I'm super, super excited for the Xbox Series X showcase. But as I was doing all the research for this, for this topic, I was kind of feeling like, oh man, this might be a lackluster thing in reality. Like, if our wild card doesn't come true, and if there's no Perfect Dark, and it's just Fable and Halo, Like,
that's it. Just
like, I'm not saying that that's not that I'm not saying like that's a bad thing, but I am saying they're not gonna win anybody over with that. Like, it's just there's no way, which is very unfortunate.
Okay, I like that question over there. Sorry, still picking a question over here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was just kind of ranting while you're doing that, but I'm still gonna go Xbox Series X. I think I really am, no matter what, just because I have trust.
I'm still really on the fence about it. Honestly, I think I might just get whichever one becomes available to pre-order first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, what do you got? Who's our
Okay, I think
champ?
the champ this week is going to be J.R. Butler because he brings up something that we didn't talk about in the topic, and I think it's a pretty good thing to talk about right now.
Okay.
He said, do you think we may finally see some footage of Elden Ring at Xbox's gameplay event? Elden Ring is the new From Software game.
Yeah, with George R.R. Martin as the writer.
I think that's going to be fucking sick, by the way. If it's anything as good as Sekiro was, like, fucking, I'm on board.
And is Elden Ring an Xbox exclusive?
I don't know.
Because it's a From Software game. So
the last time we heard anything about Elden Ring was at an Xbox event. So
gotcha. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe as like, honestly, we might at the pre-show. Because I know the whole, like, the actual showcase is supposed to only be first-party games, So, like, I bet you the reason why Phil Spencer was saying, like, make sure you tune into the pre-show because there's going to be some crazy announcements there. I bet that's what we're going to see is, like, Elden Ring gameplay footage or something like that.
That would be sick. Honestly, I think that would be really cool if From Software did, like, PlayStation exclusives and Xbox exclusives. You know what I mean? Like, Elden Ring on Xbox, Bloodborne on PlayStation, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's kind of fun, you know? It reminds me of, like, Soul Calibur back in the day where you'd buy the different version of Soul Calibur and it have a different character depending on what console you bought it on,
Oh, yeah. I seriously doubt they'll do it as an exclusive, like, just because it's George R.R. Martin, and that's something that they feel like they could make a lot of money off of by being on every console.
Totally.
But there's definitely something to the fact that it was shown off at an Xbox event. Or was it an Xbox event, or was that at E3?
I think it was an Xbox thing. I don't really know.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
I do think that they probably showed it off on Xbox just because, like, Xbox is going to be the best looking. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be, better on Xbox or whatever.
But I believe that. I don't know.
Yeah, good question, though. Thanks for that.
Good question. All right, moving on. We've got Jason Domican here.
Woo!
He says, if you could bring any video game character into the world for a 30-minute Q&A, who would it be?
Oh, man, that's tough. That's really tough. I think I would probably bring in either Bowser or Peach because I want to know what the whole dynamic is. I want to know if she has been purposely...
Entanglement.
Yeah, I want to know about this entanglement with her and Bowser, and like, are the Koopa kids actually her kids? Is this a big like weird cuckold thing that's going on with Mario? Like, does he enjoy this, or does he not know? Does he not know that he's being played like this? Like she's like, oh, happy birthday, Mario, I made you a cake. And then, gets stolen. Is this part of his birthday wish? Like, did he ask for this stuff to happen? Like, so he can kind of get his rocks off on, like having his girl stolen and he has to go on Saber and stuff. I don't know. I just got to know that Q&A.
Man, I like that.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would probably be like Tony Hawk or somebody who's like actually a real person, but also in a video game. So I could like...
That's a good idea.
Really
I guess.
Talk to him and like learn something about Tony Hawk. I'm sure Tony Hawk's got some wacky antics that he could tell me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, dude. Him and I mean he was already on Joe Rogan though. We should get him here though. I feel like for some reason I feel like now that Skate 4 is a thing, I feel like it would be easier to get Tony Hawk on our podcast.
Now that Skate 4 is coming out, how do you feel, Tony?
No, just the fact that he's like, he's going to be desperate again, You know, like that's how we got to do it. We got to go for the desperate, you know, like
the desperate celebs.
Yeah, that's the C tier. You know, he was A tier for like a good moment.
We got Louis C.K. here today, just like
Oh God, I don't think we should do that. No, but anyways, what do we got? What else we got?
Okay, we got Kyle McAvoy here.
Oh, the McAvoy himself.
McAvoy. He says, does it feel like someone upped the difficulty setting in this real-life sim game we're all playing?
2020 is definitely the new game, the new plus game mode.
Yeah,
you know,
the Dark Souls.
What is it? New game
plus.
New game plus. I'm mixing it all up there. It definitely feels like that. It feels like it's like, oh, you've mastered life. Here we go. We're gonna fuck that up for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through the same shit, but it's gonna be way harder. You know, like, you know that job that you enjoy. It might not be there tomorrow.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know those bills you gotta pay. You might not have the money for that. You know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, 2021 is the easy mode. You know.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I hope so. I feel like at that point, God or the gods or whoever is like in control of all of this is gonna be like, all right, we'll give them a little break.
Hey, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah,
you know?
and then 2022 is gonna fucking spike that shit into the ground. Yeah, but anyways, what do we got?
Okay, we got Aaron Jones here. He says, disk drive for people like me who love physical copies or digital to save shelf space. This seems to be the pro-con debate for me with the next gen coming. Are you having similar thoughts, considering you've had issues with disk drives going out in the past? Yeah, that's actually, I have had issues with disk drives going out in the past in both my original Xbox One and my PS4. Both disk drives shit out on me. It probably is more of a reflection on how well I take care of my consoles.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if it's just gonna shit out on me, it's like, do I really even care? Like, should I just go all digital? Because at this point, I'm working with an all digital PS4, and like, it's got a disk drive on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but as someone like you who still frequents GameStop for some reason, I feel like you really need a disk drive. I don't. I honestly, if Xbox offers a all digital setup like from the get go, that's what I'm going with, because I'm Game Pass all the way, baby, and I'm ready for this digital future.
Yeah, I've accepted it. It keeps me from selling my games, which is nice. Like, if I have a bunch of physical games laying around, I'm constantly going to GameStop and selling them and trying to put it towards a new game or something. And it's like, I don't know, eventually I want to go back and play those games, and they're just not there anymore, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going all digital.
Especially if, like we were talking about the other day, if there's a big price difference. Like, if I save $100 going all digital, I'm definitely going all digital. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude.
The only incentive to go physical, really, for me, is, like, if you get a good sale or something at GameStop. Or somewhere.
Yeah, which is very rare.
Yeah.
But I imagine they're going to start doing it, like, right at this point because they know they're fucked.
Yeah.
But anyways, was that all the Facebook ones?
That's all we got over here.
Okay, so go ahead and read that one on there. If you want me to read it?
I can read it. I just forgot what it said, so I got to read it again.
Okay. Yeah. Read it and then just come back and read it, because obviously because the mics won't be able to.
Okay, so he wants to know if we have a lucky controller, and if so, what console and what kind of controller.
Ooh, lucky controller. I really don't have one. My lucky controller was my wired one to the Xbox One, but I've used it so much that the analog stick doesn't work right anymore.
I had a really good PlayStation controller back in the day, and I used it so much that I couldn't go up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's pretty upsetting to me because I was getting really good at Warzone with the wired controller, and then I had to switch back over to my fatter, like, wireless controller that, like, I had to start getting used to all over again. But I do wish I had an Elite controller, but I don't.
I almost bought one the other day, but I was like, damn, they're just so expensive, and it's about to be the next gen.
Yeah, I want to wait for the next gen Elite controller, which they already have, right? So the Elite 2 works on all controllers will work on next gen.
I think so.
But I imagine they're going to make an Elite with the next gen buttons on it, like that weird button in the middle. So I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, I want it all new, man. You know,
Yeah.
although I bet the Elite controller goes down in price significantly whenever the next gen drops. You know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck. If it's the next gen, I want that next gen one. I don't care what I got.
I will say my current favorite controller that I have is probably my Xbox One controller. I've got a white Xbox One controller. It's just a basic ass normal Xbox One controller, but I use it to play my Xbox One and my computer games, and it's very, very helpful and handy, and it has great battery life. Even though I use those rechargeable batteries, like it'll stay charged up for a while.
Oh yeah.
Unlike the PlayStation fucking controller lasts for like 4 hours and then dies.
Super Beaner says, same here, Brent. I got the white controller.
The white controller, dude. You gotta, reppin'.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for all the questions, guys. And we are going to round out the show with Brent's
Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge.
Okay.
These are 5 questions that will take a shit on your brain.
Oh,
this week's topic is Telltale Games.
Oh, God. I might as well just quit now. I know nothing about these games.
Yeah, well, get ready, because you're about to learn something.
All right.
Question number 1.
What is it?
In the game The Wolf Among Us.
Oh, okay. I know something about this one.
What was Georgie Porgy's profession? Was it A, a restaurant owner, B, a pimp, C, a strip club owner, or D, a weapon dealer?
Georgie Porgy. I don't even remember that character. He must have been the strip club owner.
Yeah,
because I couldn't remember. I know there's no weapon dealer.
Yeah, he owned the Pudding and Pie.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. All right, sweet. I got one. Okay,
good job. Number 2, bridging the gap between Season 1 and 2 of the Walking Dead game. There is an additional episode titled A, 100 Days, B, 200 Days, C, 300 Days, or D, 400 Days.
God damn it. I'm going to say 100 days.
Oh, sorry. It was 400 days.
That's way too many days. That's absurd.
That's okay. You're 1 for 1 here. All right, number 3.
Okay.
I'm
not 1 for 1. I'm 1 for 2.
No, you've only done 2 questions.
You were like 1 for 1 here. I'm 1 for 2 questions.
Oh, okay. Well, 1 win, 1 loss. I'm thinking about it like boxing. You know what I mean?
Wait, you're right. You're right. Okay, you are right. I don't know why I thought that. I'm dumb. Okay, continue.
I might be dumb. Number 3. Which of the following games was not made by Telltale? Okay. A, CSI, Hard Evidence.
Halo. No, I'm just kidding. What do you got?
B, 7 Days to Die. C, The Nomad Soul. Or D, Poker Night 2.
I'm going to say 7 Days to Die.
Oh, unfortunately, you are incorrect.
What is it?
It is C, Nomad Soul.
I don't even know what that is.
Which was actually Quantic Dream's very first game.
Never even heard of that game. Yeah. Not a single time in my life.
Yeah, it's an old game.
I have heard of that CSI game, though.
All right.
Anyways.
Number 4. The Telltale Game of Thrones game puts you in control of the House Forrester, a family not mentioned in the show and only briefly mentioned in the books. It takes place at what point in time during the show? A, during the first season. B, 46 years before the first season. C, from the beginning of the first season to the end of the 5th season. Or D, from the end of the 3rd season to just before the start of the 5th season.
I'm going to say D.
Hey, you got it.
Okay.
You got
that
it.
was pure guesstimate.
Yeah, good one. Good
okay. If I get this next one, then I
then you
can still win.
You claim victory.
I still win.
Okay, the last one should be the easiest, actually. It's a true or false question. True or false? Telltale made a Wallace and Gromit video game.
Yes.
Was that a true or a false?
True.
Ah, you got it. You win.
I win the
Telltale
the money.
Ah!
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that felt so good. To be so right. Wait, what song is that where it's like, it feels so... it felt so good
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I forgot I don't listen to music anymore. Okay. Remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Or you could be cool like Super Beaner and Aaron Jones and be in the stream chat and ask us questions there.
Be part of the show.
Yes, you can. And check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity if you want to see the video version after the Twitch stream. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @Jamal and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.